Hello and welcome to another update video about the DXY. So let's take a look at the dollar index. The overall assumption is completely unchanged. Still tracking this as an A, B, C structure that's unfolding here, with the B wave being a so-called flat structure, an expanded flat, in which we saw an A wave rally into March 2023, a B wave down, and a C wave to the upside of a larger B wave, so forming overall an A, B, C structure. The main question that we're dealing with at the moment is this C wave rally already over? It certainly fulfilled all the requirements it needed to fulfill. We had a pretty full C wave, which followed this trend channel here. Then we saw the first signs that the rally ended or could end, okay? But since then, we've only been consolidating sideways, so the rally could continue. Remember what we talked about in previous videos, that while we are watching for topping structures here, I need to see break below micro support levels first initially anyway, and that would be $105.38, but more relevant, to be honest, would be a break below this $104.67 level, the last significant swing low of the trend channel. At the moment, we're just consolidating, and I explained it in the last video that we have a resistance area here. You can see it here, the box between $106.43 and $106.95. As long as we can't get above that level, we can allow for the decline to start. As soon as we see a break above $106.95 and it's a sustained break, this yellow B wave might still have to stretch higher, which it can do. I mean, the next target would be the $107.58 level. That's the 50% retracement level of this, of this decline. Above that, we've got the 61.8 retracement level, the golden ratio, and above that, the 78.6 trip level. So that's quite far away, $111. But again, you know, we can really only confirm the trend reversal from this local uptrend to a downtrend, which we're forecasting, as soon as we have the first real signals. At the moment, we only have some suggestions, early indications that the trend might shift, but we haven't really made lower lows and lower highs yet. It's just moving sideways. Yes, it broke out of the trend channel. That caused us to watch, okay? That caused us to watch. And we're basically on high alert for the drop to start. But what I explained to you in the last update was that overall, due to this rally that we had on, I think it was Thursday, this move down became only a 3-wave move. So it's a bit questionable, okay, how this is playing out. It can, of course, play out as a leading diagonal to the downside. And then we would have to move the wave 1 here. But it doesn't look right. And at the moment, it just allows still for higher, okay? So we cannot rule out higher prices at this stage. I'm basically just watching for topping structures here against the last swing highs and resistance at $106.95. And I'm waiting for the market to give me a clear signal that the decline has started. And the best signal I can get as soon as possible is a break below $104.66. So until then, we have to still consider higher prices are possible. It's basically now in a little bit of a, you could say, no man's land a little bit, okay? So it's sort of in a holding pattern here. Market is about to decide. If it turns around, this would be an ideal spot, but it can still extend higher. So it's just sort of that fighting of the bulls and the bears. Here, the situation was quite clear. Extension higher, higher, higher. Now we're in a possible trend reversal stage. These are always a little bit ambiguous. They never really give us a very clear picture. But what we can identify are the relevant levels that now need to break for this downward move to start. I mean, even if I had here wave 1 to the downside complete, then probably we would have to say the only way I can really count that really is that this wave 2 unfolded as an expanded flat. So that we had an A wave up, a B wave down that did overshoot to the downside, and a C wave to the upside. Not really a likely pattern in a wave 2, but possible. So if this third wave started now, then I need to see at the very least, a break below that $105.30 106 level, which would be a break below the B wave low. Then it needs to follow through, break below the $104.68 level as well, and follow through to the downside. And circle wave 1 could end roundabout at $103, which will by the way be the next key level to break, the next confirmation level that I need to see break. And then at some point after we have 5 waves down, we can watch for that 3-wave corrective relief rally in circle wave 2. But we're not there yet. First of all, we need to find out if we have indeed topped. The initial signals are there, initial suggestions are there, but it can still move higher at this stage. And you can use the $106.95 level, $106.95 level as basically a warning, that things are heading further to the upside. And then we just simply have to extend the B wave. So you can see this overall resistance area is the main resistance, standard resistance for yellow wave B. So it can still easily extend higher. Most markets are at a key turning point now. The S&P 500, the gold market, even though the gold market seems to have decided, the DXY here as well, the US dollar. So in this key pivotal area, and I'm watching here for reversals. So I can't just confirm it yet, but we're on high alert for any 5-wave move to the downside, because if any kind of impulse to the downside emerges from here, it would certainly add weight to this thesis that the market might have started the decline. And I mean, it's certainly what I'm watching for, what I'm leaning towards, but that leaning is less strong since Thursday's upside move. So we obviously need to watch for these small, tiny movements that make an ideal structure to the downside less likely. That doesn't mean we're bullish. It just means it could still extend it a little bit higher. It might mean we just have to consider that in our decisions and forecast. And if we push higher, $107.58 and $109 are going to be the next levels to watch. That's my update about the DXY. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you're interested in daily S&P 500 updates, also intraday when stuff is moving, then check out our stocks and S&P 500 service. You can find a link in the description. Again, there are daily video updates for the S&P and selected stocks and much more. So check it out. I hope to see you there and enjoy your day. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.